All right, hello and welcome back to another Cigar Guys cigar review. My name is Alex and today I'm going to be reviewing the Umbagog Bronzeback. This is the newest edition of the Umbagog line by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. This is a 5-inch long cigar with a 48 ring gauge, Connecticut broadleaf wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. I remember years ago I was privileged to have the Umbagog around the time it first came out. It was a very good cigar back then. I'm really looking forward to trying this much smaller size. So I'm going to go and cut this cigar. I'm going to talk a little bit about it as I smoke it, and I'll give you my honest opinion. The first thing I notice after the first couple puffs, very spice heavy, especially on the retrohale. Rich, earthy flavor, almost like dirt, just like straight earth. It's also pretty woody. Definitely some woody flavor there. Yeah. Spice, woody, earthy. Kind of in that order as far as right now, the intensity. So definitely very spice heavy. The draw is, I want to say, perfect. Maybe a little on the tighter side for me, but it's a very good draw, nice and open, good smoke output. It's an easy draw. It's not like too open to where you feel like everything's rushing in, but it's a nice, easy draw. I'm not working for it. I can't wait to see how the cigar unravels. Not literally. I can't wait to see how it turns out as I smoke more. So apparently the Umbagog, so I'm told, is named after one of the most pristine lakes located between Coos County, New Hampshire, and Oxford County, Maine. I guess this kind of makes sense. I know that Dunbarton Tobacco is headquartered in New Hampshire, so I'm sure that has something to do with how they came up with this name. The origin of the word comes from the Abenaki Indians, and it means shallow water. The correct pronunciation, I'm being told, is Umbagog, actually. So I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Or Umbagog. Umbagog? Umbagog. Umbagog is the correct pronunciation. I'm going to call it the Umbagog because it sounds better in my American English accent. So after a couple of minutes and a few more puffs, the spice does die down a little bit and the smoke comes in a little smoother. It still definitely has a good amount of spice, especially if you're retrohaling. And I'm getting more woody flavors than I am getting earth now, so the earth is kind of dying down. We'll see if that comes back. We'll see how it transitions. But so far, we're off to a good start here. So I'll be back after I finish the first third and let you know how it's going. If you didn't know already, we actually did have Steve Saka, the creator of this very cigar, on our podcast, the Cigar Guys podcast. Be sure to go check that out in our podcast playlist here on YouTube, or if you prefer Spotify or any other audio platform, that episode can be found on there as well. Great episode. Steve Saka has a wealth of information after being in the industry for such a long time. It was also a very entertaining episode. He's definitely a very entertaining guy to talk to. So again, go check out that episode with Steve Saka. Great conversation. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It's been a while since I've done a cigar review on this channel. Partially because I was gone for like 3 weeks. And if you watch the podcast or follow it regularly, you'd have no idea because we pre-record our episodes. But I've been gone. I was in Europe for 3 weeks, which is a long time. I think 2 weeks max is my travel time. But traveled along Europe, taking care of some stuff while I was there. But I had a great time. And of course, I was working as best I could while I was there. making sure that things over here are running smoothly. So we made sure that the podcast episodes got out on time. Social media content was still coming in. And just making sure that we have all our events in line. We've got a busy week this week, Thanksgiving week, by the time you're watching this. Friday, we've got 2 cut and light events for Basic Cigars. We've got a lot of podcasts set up with guests. Our 1-year anniversary, our 2-year anniversary is coming up. So we've got Christmas as well, New Year's. So it's going to be a busy time for the podcast. I don't know if any of you guys watching have traveled Europe, or if you're watching from one of the countries out there. But I went to 7 different countries. I'm going to tell you what my favorite top 3 were. Poland, fantastic. Sweden, also great. Switzerland, great, but very expensive. I think Poland is definitely an underrated country. Based on people I've talked to, that's not really a country that comes up a lot. I would recommend you go there, especially after this conflict dies down, going out there. Definitely check out Poland if you get a chance. I really enjoyed Krakow and Warsaw. Those are the 2 cities that I went to. Very safe country. Both cities are very safe, very clean, and it's relatively cheap as well if you do a conversion from USD to whatever monopoly money currency they use over there. Very nice people. I enjoyed my time over there. Probably the most out of all the countries I've been to in Europe. Real quick, I'm still like halfway through the first third, but the ash is holding on nicely. The burn is relatively even. Nice white color too on the ash. Pretty much no flakiness on here. So construction so far is really, really good. Very, very enjoyable first third so far. Another side note, pay attention. If you struggle with bad breath after smoking a cigar, whether the cigar has a very strong aftertaste, especially if you smoke like heavy, more full body cigars, spicier cigars, very earthy cigars. Sometimes you leave the lounge and you have that really strong aftertaste. You got to go to dinner afterwards with a very hot, attractive woman, and you're just worried about going in for the kiss and offending her with your overly powered cigar breath. I have a solution for you. This is Smoke Sniper Mouthwash. We were introduced to this mouthwash recently, and I used it for the first time after smoking a very strong cigar with a bad aftertaste. And this mouthwash, I kid you not, absolutely shocked me. It worked so well. I took a shot of this, and afterwards, I had no remnants of any cigar aftertaste, anything afterwards. Basically reset my whole palate. I was genuinely shocked when I tried it. It's got very simple ingredients, and it's a relatively affordable mouthwash. It works way better than your traditional Listerine and other big name brands. Again, the ingredients are all natural, and they work great. This flavor is, I believe, lemon, mint. That's kind of the flavor it's going for. It's very refreshing. Smokesniper.com. Go check it out. The link is also going to be in the description. But I highly recommend you get some of these. Right now they come in these a 9-pack of these small containers. I know that they're going to be working on some bigger sizes as well. But I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it. Go check out smokesniper.com and you will be pleased. Okay, I'm finishing up the first third here of the Umbagog, correct pronunciation, in my opinion. And the spice has continued to die down. There's still that spice flavor, but it's not as spicy, as strong. Definitely still more on the full body side in terms of strength. Definitely getting more earth flavor, less woody flavor. It's an enjoyable earthy flavor though. I want to say like damp earth. For me, it's hard to describe the earthy flavor notes. And they also, sometimes they sound like unattractive, but it's the best way I can describe it. And I will tell you, it is very enjoyable. Been out of commission for a while. I almost inhaled that. But it's got a very unique flavor note too, and I want to say, is it cardamom? I don't really know. It's some sort of spice. Cardamom is just the first thing that comes to mind. I feel like it's kind of like a not menthol, not like minty, but like almost there. Jaw's holding up, probably a little bit more open now. I ashed it because it looked like it was getting ready to fall off there. It was about that time. Second run here is burning evenly, probably a little more evenly now. And it looks like the color's holding, and again, really no flakiness, just the top right there. So solid construction still, and it's much smoother now. It was smooth in the beginning with a little more punch. Now it's just really smooth. I feel like I could just inhale it. Obviously not. I almost killed myself there, but it feels that smooth. It's very nice on the retrohale, not harsh on the nose anymore. And I'm a pretty fast smoker. This would normally be like a 45-minute smoke for me, but I feel like I'm pushing it to about an hour, which is good. I like when the cigar lasts a little longer than I expected it to. That's what I'm feeling is going to happen here, especially if it's one of those cigars that's so good you just have to nub it. I might pull out that tool and just be like one of those little pretentious guys that, well, I didn't mean that, but you know, little pick, and I'm just like, but yeah, so that's the end of the first third. I'm going to get fairly far into the second third and let you know if there's any switch up, if it's consistent, and how I'm enjoying it. I know this is kind of against the rule when it comes to cigar reviews, but I don't care. Sue me. This is one of those cigars where you light it up and you know it's good. And then you're smoking it, and then you get about halfway and you realize that time is slowing down. And you don't want to think about anything. Not even the cigar. You just sit there and you just kind of leave reality for a split second, and then you realize that you're transcending into another dimension, and you snap out of it real quick because you don't want to lose your bodily functions. And then you look at the cigar, you kind of admire it, and every puff you take, it just feels like it's getting better and better. And you almost want to slow down even more so you can enjoy it longer. And at this point, you're debating about buying 2 more. So you could smoke one on the drive home, and then you could smoke one after that on the porch. And then you realize that you're just gonna say screw it and smoke it in bed. Because what's one cigar gonna do? It's totally fine. But that could be the whiskey talking, I don't know. So we've crossed that halfway point, entering the final third very soon. And the ash is holding on better than the first run, probably because I'm smoking it a little slower now. But I have to say, genuinely, I haven't enjoyed a cigar this much in quite a while. Let me drink some of this so you know I'm telling the truth. Interruption from Jared. It's okay, I forgive you. I was just telling them how great this cigar is. Have you smoked this one yet?
I think so. I can't read it.
It's really good. Whoa, whoa, careful. But yeah, the cigar has gotten really a lot smoother now. It's super smooth. You still have the spice flavor on there. Still earthy, a little more woodiness now. But it's super enjoyable. I mean, I almost can't describe it at this point. I'm looking forward to finishing this off and letting you know how it ends. But right now, I'm enjoying it tremendously. I actually just realized this was here. My wife sabotaged our set. This woman is a psyop. Just remember that. Anyway, we're in the final third here, finishing up this cigar, the Umbagog Bronzeback. And all I have to say is absolutely fantastic. All the way through, beautiful experience. Steve, if you're watching this, if you make me a 8x48 version of this cigar, I'll buy the whole stock. Anyway, super smooth. Even as I'm finishing up here, it's getting a little bit hotter, but very enjoyable. Definitely mellowed out quite a bit in a good way. Final notes here. The earthiness has died down. Woodiness has died down. You're getting that spice flavor still, but it's not spicy at all. It's not strong in the retrohale. Definitely a full body cigar though, strength wise. I will say it's definitely now my new favorite cigar from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. I absolutely love it, seriously. Great cigar all the way through. I'm going to continue smoking this for another 10 minutes or so if I can. But go check out the Umbagog Bronzeback by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Steve did a fantastic job blending this cigar. I absolutely love it. Make sure you subscribe to the Cigar Guys on YouTube so you can stay updated with when we upload new cigar reviews, new podcast episodes, short content, the whole 9 yards. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well so you can stay updated with when we upload that stuff. Check out all our social media in the description. Check out smokesniper.com to get that mouthwash. That stuff works amazingly. But until next time, take care. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Good day to you. Take care.